Hello students, welcome to LODLC lecture series on MKC 309 Management Theory, Study Section 9. The title of today's topic is Behavioral Science Approach. Introduction. The behavioral science approach, which is the focus of this study section, is the last of the four strands of the behavioral management movement. The preceding units discussed the other strands of behavioral movement, the early behaviorist, the Autumn studies, and the human relations movement. This study session introduces you to the behavioral science approach. This is an approach that emphasizes scientific research as the basis for developing theories about human behavior in organizations that can be used to establish practical guidelines for managers. Outline of study section 9. When you have studied this section, you should be able to 1. Explain the scientific research approach to management, 2. Understand and explain the contributions of behavioral science approach to management, 3. Discuss the roles of motivation in management, and lastly, explain organizational behavior. Scientific research approach. The behavioral school evolved partly because the classical approach did not achieve sufficient production efficiency and workplace harmony. Also, many studies were carried out by Mayo and others under human relation theory. Maslow and McGregor, you will further remember, succeeded in showing that there was an alternative to the classical school's rational economic perspective of workers. Maslow and McGregor proved that workers were social beings who had a variety of needs to be met on the job. Despite all their contributions to management theory, their views can still be considered to be very general and simplistic. This led to the birth of a more complex view of work situation properly handled by behavioral science perspective. The theories of the behavioral schools can be used to establish practical guidelines for managers, researchers in drawing their findings from a variety of disciplines such as management, physiology, sociology, anthropology, and economics. Behavioral science approach to management. Behavioral science approach is an extension of the human relation approach. Mayo and his team used simple research methods. However, researchers like Abraham Maslow, Douglas McGregor, etc. used more complex research methods, thus they are called behavioral scientists. The behavioral science approach is also called human resource approach. It gave importance to attitude, behavior, and performance of individuals and groups in the organizations. Behavioral scientists brought two new aspects to the study of management. 1. They gave more complex view about human beings and their needs and motivates. For example, Abraham Maslow gave importance of self-actualization needs of human beings. 2. They use scientific method to study the group behavior in organization. Contributions of behavioral scientists: Abraham Maslow, James March, and Albert Simon, Douglas McGregor, Victor Vroom, Frederick Asberg, Chester Bernard, etc. made important contributions to the behavioral science approach. Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory states that human beings have many needs. Some are lower level needs like physiological needs, safety and security needs, and social needs. These needs must be satisfied first. The higher level needs are ego needs and self-actualization needs. These needs are satisfied after satisfying lower level needs. James March and Albert Simon also contributed to the behavioral science approach by stating that there are many types of communication in an organization. This is essential for the performance of an organization. Also, Douglas McGregor theory X and Y also contributed to the behavioral scientists approach by stating that different managers have different assumptions about people. This depends on the situation. Managers may have negative assumptions about people, that is, human beings age to work and therefore they must be forced, controlled, directed, and threatened with punishment to make them work. Theory X stated that managers may have positive assumptions about people. For instance, people love to work and that people have self-control and self-direction, according to Theory Y. Also, Victor Vroom's expectancy theory of motivations states that people will be motivated to reach a goal if they believe that 1. The worth of the goals, 2. The steps taken to reach that goal. Also, Frederick Iceberg's two factors theory states that there are many factors that influence behavior and work of people in an organization. One group of factors is called hygiene factors. They are salary, working conditions, supervision, etc. If these factors exist in the organization, then there will be no dissatisfaction. However, these factors will not motivate the workers. The second group of factors is called motivators. They are recognitions, achievements, challenging work, etc. These factors bring satisfaction and motivation. Then last, contributors to behavioral scientist approach is Chester Bernard. Which states that the manager must maintain a system of cooperation in the organization. The roles of motivation in management. Why should managers motivate? There are so many reasons why managers should motivate the employees. These are: 1. Motivation helps change negative attitude to positive attitude. 2. Motivation improves performance level of employees. 3. Motivation helps in achieving the organizational goal. 4. Motivation helps the manager to introduce changes. The motivation aspect of goal settings. A goal can be defined as a future target or end result that an organization wishes to achieve. A goal cannot be achieved without a plan, while a goal is a future end result that an organization wants to achieve. A plan can be defined as the means devised for attempting to reach a goal. Another interesting concept you need to know is that an organization is an organizational mission. Organizational mission is a broad declaration of the basic, unique purpose and scope of operations that distinguishes organization from others of its type. According to Laura Ha, 1988, the mission statement serves different purposes for shareholders in an organization. The benefit of goal settings or setting of goals. Benefit of goal settings include: 1. Goals help clarify expectations. When goals are set, organization members usually have a clear idea of the major outcomes that they are expected to achieve. Without goals, the members lack direction. 2. Goals facilitate the controlling functions because they provide benchmarks against which progress can be assessed so that corrective actions can be taken as needed. 3. It also increases motivation. Meeting goals, feeling a sense of accomplishment, and receiving recognition and other rewards for reaching targeted outcomes all serve to enhance motivation. It increases research. Others benefit of goal settings is that it increases research, finding research. Organizational behavior. Organizational behavior involves the understanding, prediction, and control of human behavior and the factors which interfere with the performance of people as members of an organization. The reason for learning organizational behavior under management theory is that There is a close relationship between organizational behavior and management theory and practice. In fact, there are times when some writers use the term organizational behavior and management as synonyms. This is, however, too simplistic because there are many broader facts to management. Organizational behavior does not encompass the whole of management. It is more accurately described in the narrower interpretation of providing a behavioral approach to management. Type of organizational behavior. Type of organizational behavior. Organizational studies encompasses the study of organizations from multiple perspectives, methods, and levels of analysis. 1. Micro-organizational behavior. This refers to the individual or group dynamics in organizations. 2. Macro-organizational behavior, which refers to the strategic management and organizational theory that studies the whole organizations and industries, especially how they adapt and the strategies, structures, and contingencies that guide them. Some scholars also include the categories of mesoscale structure involving power, culture, and the network of individuals and organizations. 2. Field level analysis, which studies how entire population of organizations interact. Thank you for listening. We've come to the end of today's class. Hope to see you in the next class. Have a lovely day.